Hi, I'm Harry. Great Gatsby by Francis Scott Fitzgerald. Chapter 8. At 5 o'clock, Myrtle, a young Greek man who ran the cave next to Wilson's garage, went round for a chat. He found Wilson in the office. He looked very ill. He tried to persuade him to go to bed, but Wilson said he didn't want to miss any customers. Suddenly, there was a terrible noise from upstairs. "My wife's looking," explained Wilson calmly. "She's going to stay there till we move away." Myrtle was surprised to hear words like those from his neighbor. He tried to find out what had happened, but Wilson didn't want to explain. Just then some workmen went into his cave, so he left to serve them. He came outside again just after 7 and heard Mrs. Wilson's voice, loud and angry, downstairs in the garage. She was shouting at her husband. A moment later, she ran out into a dark night. Before he could do anything, it was over. The death car, as the newspaper called it, didn't stop. It came out of the darkness, moved sideways for a moment, then disappeared around the next bend. Myrtle wasn't even sure of its color. He told the policeman later that it was light green. Another car heading New York stopped and its driver hurried back to where Myrtle Wilson lay dead in the road. We saw some cars and the crowd before we arrived at the scenes. "Crash," said Tom. "Good, Wilson will have some business." He stopped at the garage. "We will take a look," he said. A wailing sound was coming from the garage. It was Wilson. "Oh my God!" he cried over and over again. "There's some bad trouble here," said Tom, trying to look over the heads of the crowd. Suddenly he made a strange sound and started pushing through the people. Jordan and I followed. Myrtle's body lay in a blanket on a table by the wall. Tom was bending over her. Tom turned to the policeman, who was writing names in a little book. "What's happened?" "A car hit her. She was killed instantly," repeated Tom. "She ran into a road," said Myrtle. "There were 2 cars. The one coming from New York hit her." Another man said it was a big new yellow car. Did you see the accident?" "No, but the car passed me down the road. It was going very fast." Some of this conversation reached Wilson. "You don't have to tell me. I know what kind of car it was," he shouted. The muscles in Tom's shoulders tensed. He walked over to Wilson and took hold of him. "Pull yourself together," he said quietly. "I got here a minute ago from New York. I was bringing you that coupe. That yellow car I was driving this afternoon wasn't mine." The policeman looked over at Tom. "What's that?" he demanded. "I'm a friend," answered Tom. "He says he recognized the car that did it. It was a yellow car." "What color your car?" asked the policeman suspiciously. "It's a blue coupe." "We have come straight from New York," I said. Someone who had been behind us confirmed this, and the policeman turned away. Tom held Wilson back in the office, where he sat down in a chair. Then he came back. "Will somebody sit with him?" he asked. 2 men went in and Tom closed the door. "Let's get out of here," he whispered to me. Tom drove slowly at first. Then he put his foot down on the accelerator and the coupe raced through the night. I heard a sobbing noise and saw that there were tears running down his face. "The coward," he said. His voice was shaking with emotion. He didn't even stop. When we got to his house, Tom looked up at the second floor. The lights were on. "Daisy's here," he said. "Then I forgot to drop you in West Egg, Nick." He was calm and serious now. The emotion had gone. "There's nothing we can do tonight. I will telephone for a taxi to take you home." He opened the door. "Come in. You can wait in the kitchen. Have something to eat if you want." "No thanks. I will wait outside." Jordan put her hand on my arm. "Don't you want to come in, Nick?" "No thanks. I was feeling a little sick and wanted to be alone." Jordan didn't go in immediately. "It's only 9:30. 9:30, she said. "But I will have enough of them for today." Even Jordan. She looked at my face and understood. She turned and ran into the house. I sat on the step with my head in my hands, while the butler phoned for a taxi. Then I walked down the driveway from the house to wait by the gate. Suddenly Gatsby stepped from between two bushes on the path. "What are you doing?" I asked. "Just standing here, Osborne," he said. "Did you see any trouble on the road?" "Yes." "Was she killed?" "Yes." "I thought so. I told Daisy. She took it quite well." He spoke as if Daisy's reaction was more important than Myrtle's death. I got to West Egg by the side road," he continued, "and left the car in my garage. I don't think anybody saw us, but I can be sure. I disliked him so much at that moment that I didn't tell him he was wrong." "Who was the woman?" he inquired. "Her name was Wilson. Her husband owns the garage." "How did it happen?" "Well, I tried to turn the wheel." He stopped, and suddenly I got the truth. "Was Daisy driving?" "Yes," he said after a moment. "But of course I will say I was. When we left New York, she was very upset. She said she wanted to drive to calm herself down. Then this woman ran out onto the road just as we were passing a car that was coming the other way. It all happened in minutes. It seemed to me that the woman saw me with somebody she knew. She was waving her arms at us. I guess she was killed instantly." He passed. "Daisy will be right tomorrow," he said. "I'm going to wait here. She's locked herself into her room. If Tom tried to do anything violent, she's going to turn the lights off and on." "He won't touch her," I said. He's not thinking about her. I don't trust him, Oswald." A thought came to me just then. Suppose Tom found out that Daisy had been the driver. He might connect the two things in his mind. "You wait here," I said. "I will go to see if there's any sign of trouble." I walked back and looked in through the kitchen window. Daisy and Tom were sitting opposite each other at the table. He was talking to her. She looked up at him from time to time and nodded her head in agreement. There was an intimacy between the people in front of me. Neither of them seemed happy or unhappy. They were like a couple who were planning something together. "Is it all quiet?" asked Gatsby when I got back. "Yes," I replied. "Why don't you come home and get some sleep?" He shook his head. I'll wait her till Daisy goes to bed. Good night, Oswald. I walk away and left him standing there in the moonlight, watching. So we beat on, both against the current, borne back ceaselessly in the past.